Right now, let's bring in senior advisor of the Heritage Foundation. He's also the former dean of business at Troy University. That's in Alabama, isn't it? Alan Mendenhall, thank you for being with us this afternoon. Alan, let's ask you about this outlook. It seems positive. Is it a signal of recovery, or is it just a bounce back from those job loss numbers last month?
Ike, today is a bad day for people who hate good news. This is a great day. Not only do we have sunshine and flowers and spring and longer days and the Masters coming up, but we also have Easter weekend and the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus, who died for our sins. And we have this great jobs report out today. 178,000 jobs, as you mentioned. That's triple expectations. I was sitting at a table with my son eating chicken wings last night, reading forecasts that we were going to lose 60,000 jobs. Well, that didn't happen. These are great numbers. The jobs are in the private sector. So, as you mentioned, healthcare, construction, transportation. This is all really good. And what I don't hear enough people saying is we're actually losing jobs in the federal government. And I think that's a good thing. I watched some of the liberal networks this morning, and they were saying, well, we're losing jobs in the federal government. I'm thinking, well, that's great. If we lost 18,000 jobs in the federal government in March and we gained 178,000 net, that's a really good sign, because government jobs, they don't operate on profit and loss. They're funded by taxes and borrowing and not voluntary exchange. You know, this is all redistribution when you're dealing with government. Government doesn't add value the way private companies do. It takes value and distributes it around to different government agencies. But that's not value that's driven by competition and innovation, efficiency, all the stuff that the private sector does so well. So I'm really happy about this jobs report.
Yeah, it's organic growth when we talk about private sector jobs versus government jobs. That's never a good thing. As we look through all of this and some of these positive indicators, what result do you think, especially when we're talking about wages going up, what do you think they're going to do to interest rates potentially?
Well, we'll see. I mean, as we know, the jobs report is a driver. It's an economic indicator that drives Federal Reserve decisions. It drives markets. Of course, markets are closed today for Good Friday. So we'll see what happens on Monday. There's probably going to be a rebound. Just as there was a rebound, obviously this jobs report is itself a rebound because the report wasn't so great in February. But this is, astoundingly good and far exceeded expectations. So we'll see what the Federal Reserve does, how it decides to react. I don't know. I hesitate to make those kinds of predictions, but I am optimistic about this report. I think it's great news. I think the fact that it exceeds expectations is good news, and I think the fact that it's happening during the Iran conflict also is good news, because we've taken a hit on energy prices. We've taken a hit on gas prices at the pump. And so despite all that, we're still seeing these numbers. And so that, to me, is a positive sign. It shows resilience in the economy. It shows that if we get this Strait of Hormuz closed, if we can wrap up the Iran conflict in the next few weeks, as President Trump said that we would a few nights ago, then our economy is going to be great. I mean, we've seen a lot of great milestones. The S&P hit a milestone this year. The Dow hit a milestone this year. We're actually in a good spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy your positive outlook, Alan, because, there's all this doom and gloom. It's almost like people try to find things that aren't going well. Obviously, there's some uncertainty, but so much of this is your outlook, which is kind of like a lesson about life, too, isn't it, Alan? Thank you for being here. Alan Mendenhall, appreciate your time this afternoon. Happy Easter.